We continue on the N8 stretch in Petrosburg, where this national road is connecting to the Northern Cape, and so far we've witnessed an undocumented foreign national getting arrested. He was in the bus that, of course, was stopped just to check the documents, and the authority, therefore, whether the bus is roadworthy. And this guy is from the KZN and was traveling to the Northern Cape. And also we saw one car being impounded from Mozambique, and it's been here in the country for 2 years, but with no documents in it. And as you can see here, the MEC still continues with the operation in this road. And we understand also that there is a bus, there is a taxi that has just taken another road to avoid to be in this operation. But like I did indicate, the MEC has already said that since the beginning of this campaign last week, they have the Free State has 8 fatalities from the 9 crashes, and she has also indicated that in other national roads like N1 as well as N8, N6, there is this kind of a roadblock. And the common things, of course, that are being looked at regarding this is whether the car is roadworthy, whether the disc has not expired, whether the tires are in good shape, are in good condition. Also, the passengers, if they have their documents in place. And so far, like I have indicated, that there's one that has been arrested, and the MEC, they are trying to find out about this taxi that has taken another route at this moment in time. Obviously, they will have to check as to what is happening. I see that she's on the phone. I just wanted to bring her just to understand what is happening with the taxi. But I see that she's on the phone. I guess it is an update that we will come up with at a later stage. But the traffic volumes in this N8 are picking up as expected, and people all the way from the Northern Cape side, we talked to the motorists. They are indicating that they are going to Johannesburg, they are going to the Northwest Province, they are going to the Eastern Cape, and they are appreciating the law enforcement on the road to make sure that they are of course, they are in compliance with what is expected of them as the drivers.
Yeah, Aphumelele, and I can see you keep gauging on the peripheral view there to see if the MEC is done. Perhaps you and I can engage for a bit longer, and she might still be able to speak to you. You've already spoken to us about this taxis that's seemingly trying to evade inspection, and one arrest so far. Since you've been stationed there, what's your sense of just generally how compliant motorists are with law enforcement authorities?
Well, they are complying. It's only this one that has just evaded this operation. But I see that now they are, of course, escorting it to come back here. Hopefully, they won't take time, but I see traffic officers are coming here. But so far, the drivers, the motorists have been complying with this operation, Ayanda. We are just interested in knowing as to what is happening with that taxi that took an off-ramp and of course, went away from this operation. One would say maybe the taxi is not roadworthy, or the driver doesn't have the documents. I just want my colleague Tsepo to try show the taxi as it is being escorted to this area, Ayanda, where there is a roadblock, and I am standing with MEC. She will explain what is happening with that taxi. But as you can see, it's being escorted to this side. and we'll find out in no time as to what is happening with it. I'm bringing MEC close by now just to keep us up to speed, but I think we'll have to also go closer to the taxi. But for now, MEC, please keep us up to speed. What's going on with that taxi?
I think he was trying to evade the roadblock. Unfortunately, the police were able to track him. They followed him. You see, there's a stop there. So it means when he was about to come this side, he saw this roadblock and then he made a U-turn. So they had to follow him. So let's go and meet him and understand why was he running away from the roadblock.
Thank you, MEC. MEC, we will just try Ayanda to follow the MEC to the taxi so that we can understand what is what. If you still have time for me, but she has just indicated that the taxi was evading, of course, but the officers managed to see on time as to what just happened. So now it's here on the operation and they will be talking to the driver. Ayanda?
Aphumelele, please go ahead. We're going to stay with your visuals because I think this is an important moment for people to understand at the very least what infringements there may be if one tries to evade any kind of operation like the one we're seeing there. So our viewers will forgive us as we try to get a closer vantage point of the situation there. Aphumelele Mdlalane, live to us there from the Free State. Given what is actually taking place there, we've seen whilst we're live, while cameras were rolling, a particular taxi, a minibus taxi if you like, trying to evade that inspection which involves the MEC of Transport in the Free State. And we're trying to just get you a closer hand or closer perspective really of how authorities typically handle a situation like this, given just how many of these kind of operations exist in and around the Free State, certainly found throughout the country. We've also seen some officials from the Border Management Authority stationed at the country's busiest ports, especially because at the start of this Easter long weekend, we saw one of the highest fatalities as a result of travel in and around South Africa. Let's try, I suppose, listen in to keep up with some of the questions that are being asked of this driver, given what just took place.
Well, Ayanda, they are still verifying the documents. As you can see, the driver is going with the traffic officer and also trying to see if the car is roadworthy or not, and is being questioned why was he invading.
So we got this, but then we are up and then Bona. It's not connected. Yeah. Let's go inside there. Okay, then we're gonna issue a fine for them.
And we hear a fine is gonna be issued because the taxi is not in good condition to carry passengers, and we also see the police officer checking the documents for the occupants in this car. Dumelang batswadi le kae? Re teng le ya kae? Oh, le hlaya from different places. Inale jwang, how has been your traveling so far?
Re tsamaile sentle ma go na diphoso. Re tsamaile hantle.
Ikutla jwang ka this operation that is being conducted?
Re monate tota, re motlotlo tota ka operation ga go no thata. Re ratile thata. Ya sa do.
Yona re thabile haholo bile ga ipotsa re ntse sa ithuti go mane batho ba nka totsa batho ba feta ka tsona di accident jalo ka paseka jena tse ngata traffic and gale ba bang ba tauwe ke speed fela.
Le ikutla jwang ha driver anka 10 engwe jwale?
La ke a rata ba tlo bua maka mama. Ke a rata next.
There's the MEC also, Ayanda.
Le kae?
Na ke a feta ke go matlosa.
Le tswa kae?
Re tswa go na ke tswa go feta.
Oh, nna ke nna me Maqueen Letsoha-Mathae. Ke na le tona la pabalesego ya setšhaba mona ke polokego. le ditsela le dipalangwa jwale ha le kena tje le ne le ya kae ha le kena ka ha bua le monska tsheha le ne le ya kae ntate a gona le isa kae le ikela ka N1 ha le kenya lo le bampisa kwa ho no etsala o na tsamaisa dipidisi o di tsamaisa ha re bona go bane le tshe le bona fela e kena naheng fela ka lona jwale le sa botsa gore ntate gona re ya kwana wa botsa ntate o fenga molato wa leponisi ka etsang
ka ntsha dipidisi ya gae ke ne ke sa dipidisi ka mo ka lapeng
mare lona o le kopile jwalo ka bapalami gore ke pota ka mona ke isa dipidisi kapa le utlwa fela se le le naheng
re bona fela re tsena mo nageng.
And the MEC is the driver having the documents.
I'm trying to check now. Where is he?
Yes, Ayanda, looks like the driver, like I did indicate, has been fined, but the occupants of this taxi, they are appreciating the operation and are saying that they didn't know where they were going, but they were surprised that the driver off-ramped as soon as he saw the operation. And we understand the fine. He's been fined for the condition, of course, of the transport, and there is a verification of these documents. Ayanda.
All right, so we'll continue listening into what's taking place there, whilst keeping very alert, of course, of privacy issues when it comes to people's documents being broadcast. The MEC once again engaging this driver.
Mama ke palamisitse luko for baba ke ba fumane ntho dia ikentsha ntho tsa go fante mawo
mare permit e wena o itshwere o tseba e ro palamisa o tla
ke palamisa o tla ntho Petrus ra thusana le ntho
ha re tlole mathusana pele papa ha re bue a ra ba potso pele o njwetsa go ntate moholo ma ke re ho ya ka permit ena e rona re leng lefapha re o fileng yona re ere ke a kopanang taxi association ne kopanang e o kae
kopana e
Rransport ke jala ha re kata o fa permit ya association ro fa di route re ngola di route ke gore o dumelletse o tsamaya kae ke tlo ska ntatela ke tla ka go tlo tata ga tata papa.
So, Ayanda, what we are establishing here is that also this taxi is on a route that is not supposed to be taking, and MEC is questioning that. He does have a permit, but he's on a wrong route according to the documents that the MEC is carrying.
All right, Aphumelele, I wonder if we can continue listening into that engagement between the MEC and this particular driver to get a sense of her line of questioning and where she's going with this.
We are permit ye. How na mo tung o ye look off. Radumelana na lwe.
Man.
Radumelana ke. Ebile ha ona mo ireng o ye coffee fontaine ke. Ho ya ka route e rona ro fileng yo. E lona le ikgethetseng as an association e approveweng ke department ke. Then we understand the reason ya hore hobane o no o tlhatlhathela ka batho ga dumelana ke permit ya yo dumele gore o tswa mo tswang teng and ha o sheba e reng e ro felle ka permit
ya mama di
ana re ka go ka permit pele di route ke tsena
di route tsa ntlo tsa luko for mama di teng le ya Rransport e teng ya ntumella ore no ke ntho luko for le ntho le go fante
ke ma wena go palamisang teng the origin ke kae
ke palamisa mo na mama Petrus Bera mare permit yona o ya bontombo go fante ni bo Rransport ke
dumelana le origin ke mo origin mo tswang teng dumelana le mo tswang teng a se mo tshwantse be diphatša ya gago
mo ke tswang teng ntatwa kwana hana ntho mama taxi una mphile ntho
dumelana le nna ga se sengana ko origin that's why re ngolang tjena papa e bala bona re e reng Eating origin.
Origin
Ke Tau Street.
Tau Street.
So ntate o kupile that side.
O nkupile
Are.
ntate that side. Mau
Are.
freighter ona mphile ntho trepe e ya ntho Jan Camp. Ka isa batho ba Jan Camp a ba nkopa maobane ke robale kwa. Be ke robala kwa useng be ke fumana 5 ya ntho ya batho bana hore ba kgone ho fihla ba bang ke ba
Le Jan Camp o teng.
dia ike
Le Jan Camp o teng.
ne ke ntse ntho special
O mo tshwarisa wa special tsa setso ke mang? Setso ke department still. Special setso ke department. Kana go tsetsa o leng busy, re na le tsona re letsetsa di special. O na le special o wena no?
So Ayanda, like I did indicate, the MEC is questioning the validity of the route that he is supposed to take, and also asking for a special if he is on another route. MEC, can you please explain further?
Yes, indeed, we're checking the validity of the permit itself. Now we understand the reason why he was running away from the roadblock. He's not supposed to be coming from that area where he says he's coming from, because the origin here, the permit has an origin. It says he can only load from Tau Street, that is here in Bulokana. So he went as far as Lukov and Koffiefontein, and that's the reason why he was running away from us, because he knows quite well that he was not supposed to do what he did. And now he complicates matters worse, because he says that he was called by one of the taxi owners to go and assist from here, this area to that area, and even indicate that he had a trip to Camp, what is that, Jan Camp. And the only time you can have a trip outside your boundaries if you are asking for a special trip. We authorize that as a department. We issue you a special a special permit to travel for those few days. So we do that in the department. So I think it complicates matters worse, that he even went as far as Jan Camp, where he's not even supposed to travel to.
And what is likely to happen about him?
Now, what we are going to do, normally when a person travels on the route that is allowed, we impound the car, but we look at the other routes. For instance, the Lukov is here, but it's not where it's supposed to load from. So we look into those matters and liaise with our transport, our traffic officers here, but we are impounding the car if this is the case.
Well, Ayanda, you can hear the MSC saying that if needs be, they will be forced to impound this car, given that the validity of the documentations and the route that he is taking. MEC, what did you just say?
It's not working, huh?
Yeah, the lights and the chevron is not on. It's supposed to be red.
It's supposed to be red here.
Chevrons and
It's
the
not
lights
red
are not
chevrons.
connected.
The lights are not connected to the vehicle itself. So you see, sometimes these are the causes of the accident on our roads.
Well, Ayanda, and the trailer is not in good shape, and looks like this taxi will be impounded, and the occupants, maybe they will find an alternative. The operation continues. I see they are going to another taxi where they are checking the similar things, which is the documents of the car, as well as whether the driver is also well documented.
You know, Aphumelele, I think many, of course, who are watching this will be pleased that the MEC is enthusiastic to ensure that the law is in fact adhered to. But, I mean, traditionally, does she kind of take as central a role in the questioning even of these drivers in any other instance? Because, I mean, whilst it's good that she's there, it's also important to allow law enforcement officials the space to do what they need to do.
Well, as we have witnessed from the morning, what she does, yes, she interacts with the drivers. However, the law enforcers are doing their job. Earlier on, we saw a police taking the undocumented foreign national from the bus that is was traveling from KZN going to the Northern Cape side. And we have also witnessed now that the traffic officer is busy with the ticket as he is finding this taxi that is about to be impounded. So as she is on the ground, but the law enforcers they continue to do their responsibilities. We have witnessed that, and they are also interacting with the motorists and the drivers just to ask if is everything in good shape. But also we have managed to interact with those motorists, saying that they can't say this is a waste of time, because we saw those fatalities that happened over the weekend, and they are saying that it's good that because them as of course occupants in the car, they do not have any rights to ask anything. But if law enforcers, they strengthen what they do on roads, and they are pleading of course the motorists that this shouldn't be only on the busy weekends like this one, but they would like to see these busiest roads like the N1, your N6, your N8 national roads, where they can see the visibility of law enforcers to make sure that they are safe on the road. And Ayanda, the MEC, when I asked her about the improving of the roads in the Free State, because other people are also using those regional roads, and she has indicated that there's many projects that have started to make sure that the roads are in good shape, and more than 1.6 billion rand has been set aside to make sure that the roads are being improved. As we know that there's been a lot of fatalities, but now we understand there's a reduction of 27%, and with only this Easter, it's only 8 people that have died from 8 crashes, and there's many people that have been arrested, of which it's something that she's saying she cannot confirm now, because they will do a report later on just to talk to the media regarding this operation that started last week to date, as to what has been their achievements, their flaws, their challenges on the road. But we see that they are working, they are arresting, they are impounding. The MEC is here as a boss or as a leader to make sure that the law enforcers, they are just doing their job.
Right, Aphumelele Mdlalane, along a busy stretch of road there in the Free State. Thanks very much indeed. We obviously can't give you the exact location of where Aphumelele is, or else that would be against the kind of work that law enforcement is trying to do, given what we've seen there, one taxi driver trying to evade an inspection. What you're seeing now is the situation in KwaZulu-Natal. The in-frame there, Minister of Transport, Sindisiwe Chikunga, who's also, if you like, spearheading the initiatives by law enforcement authorities to try and ensure that at the very least we don't see more fatalities on the road with people traveling in unroadworthy vehicles without the right documentation and not being in the right designation. As you can see, SABC News got you covered from a number of vantage points as you make your way back home after this Easter long weekend.